There's a shadow on the sidewalk, and it's following me again. Boots echo down the pavement like the ghost of where I've been. I see her face in the barroom glass, framed by the city's pain. A cowboy lost beneath the lights, in the whiskey smoke and neon rain. Whiskey smoke and neon rain. I ride alone through the dark again. Her voice still whispers soft my name. In the whiskey smoke and neon rain, that jukebox hums a lonely tune about a man who fell too soon. I light a match, let the ashes fall. Think of the night I lost it all. She said, baby, this town don't change. You'll drown your heart for love in vain. Now I'm a ghost in a window pane, in the whiskey smoke and neon rain. Whiskey smoke and neon rain. These city lights can't hide the pain. I see her shadow on every train, in the whiskey smoke and neon rain. Maybe someday I'll ride again, out where the desert never ends. But tonight I'm stuck between two worlds, one made of dust, one made of girls. And every street light calls my name, like an outlaw caught in fate's cruel game. The dawn creeps in, the sky turns gray. The bottle's empty, dreams decay. Her perfume lingers sweet and thin, a memory I keep within. If heaven's real, I hope she's there, under stars without despair. But till I see that sky again, I'll walk through whiskey smoke and neon rain. Whiskey smoke and neon rain. My heart still burns, my soul's in chains. If love's a sin, I'll take the blame. In the whiskey smoke and neon rain, yeah, I'll fade away where the lost remain. In the whiskey smoke and neon rain. Night rolls in like a ghostly tide. Street lamps glow where the shadows hide. Through the fog I hear a low refrain, a cowboy song in the cold night rain. They say he rides where the lost hearts go, through the silver fog and the afterglow. A haunted soul with a secret kiss. They call him the man in the mist. He's the man in the mist, where the lonely wind sigh, a ghost with a heart and a tear in his eye. He's been riding too long through the storm's cruel twist that outlaw love. The man in the mist. He once had a girl down El Paso way, but the law came calling and he rode away. She waits by the window through the nights that drift, still praying for the man in the mist. He sends no word, he leaves no trail, just a whisper in the midnight gale. A shadowed cowboy with a clenched up fist, that's the man in the mist. He's the man in the mist, where the lonely wind sigh, a ghost with a heart and a tear in his eye. He's been riding too long through the storm's cruel twist that outlaw of love. The man in the mist. You can hear his boots on the cobblestone, a ghost that can't leave the past alone. If love's a crime, he's done his time. Now he rides through the fog, one last rhyme. At dawn's first light, he fades away. The mist turns gold, but he can't stay. Some say they've seen him by the canyon's rim, still searching for her, still searching for him. In every heart that's ever missed knows the name, the man in the mist. He's the man in the mist, where the lost souls fly, riding forever neath the weeping sky. And if love still burns where the cold winds twist, I'll find my peace as the man in the mist. Yeah, I'll fade away like the man in the mist. Out where the highway kisses the sand, I light one up with a trembling hand. The night breathes low, a whisper tune, and and smoke curls up to the cigarette moon. She left her hat on the windowsill. Her perfume lingers, it's haunting still. And I can't tell if it's love or doom that burns in the glow of the cigarette moon. The cigarette moon, hanging high and pale. You've seen my heart, you've heard my tale. You watched her go, you watched me stay. Under your light, I fade away. Cigarette moon, you burn too soon, keeping my secrets. Cigarette moon. The jukebox hums in a roadside bar. I sip my whiskey and count the stars. She's dancing somewhere with another tune, while I dance alone with the cigarette moon. I see her smile in the amber glass, a ghost of a dream that couldn't last. Love's a flame that left too soon, just ashes now in a cigarette moon. A cigarette moon, hanging high and pale. You've seen my heart, you've heard my tale. You watched her go, you watched me stay. Under your light, I fade away. Cigarette moon, you burn too soon, keeping my secrets. Cigarette moon. Maybe someday I'll ride back home, but the trail's gone cold, the wind's all alone. If heaven's a bar with a jukebox tune, save me a seat by the cigarette moon. Now dawn creeps in, the sky turns gray. Another night just fades away. The smoke is gone, but the ache is true, and I whisper her name where the night once blew. She's miles away, maybe under that sky, where the same pale moon is saying goodbye. And I pray she remembers that old saloon and the man who loved her under the cigarette moon. Cigarette moon, hanging high and pale. You've seen my heart, you've heard my tale. When the lights go low and the night's in bloom, I'll meet her again 'neath the cigarette moon. Yeah, I'll ride on soon under that cigarette moon. sun bleeds down on adobe walls, dust drifts low where the shadow falls. I ride alone through a memory's heat, chasing ghosts on El Paso Street. A cantina sign still flickers red, like the blush she wore the night she fled. Her name still hums in the desert beat. One more ghost on El Paso Street. Ghosts of El Paso Street, where the moon and the sorrow meet. Love and gunfire, dust and heat. I still hear her heart on El Paso Street. There's a guitar crying through the door, same old song I've heard before. She danced for me, her eyes so sweet, before I lost her on El Paso Street. The night was young, the air was still. Then came a shot from the far-off hill. By dawn's first light, her heart stopped its beat. Now she haunts El Paso Street. Ghosts of El Paso Street, where the moon and the sorrow meet. Love and gunfire, dust and heat. I still hear her heart on El Paso Street. Now right by night, I can't go home. These dusty stars are all I've known. Her whisper rides on the desert wind, a promise made I can't defend. And when I die beneath this heat, lay me down on El Paso Street. Sometimes I swear I see her there, a silver dress, a midnight stare. She turns away before our eyes can meet, just another ghost on El Paso Street. So pour one more for the love I knew, for the life I lost, the heart I blew. Let the story fade in the guitar's heat, beneath the ghost of El Paso Street. Ghosts of El Paso Street, where the moon and the sorrow meet. Love and gunfire, dust and heat. I still hear her heart on El Paso Street. Yeah, I'll ride till my soul's complete with the ghost on El Paso Street. He wore a badge made of old tin and pride, a ghost of a lawman the desert couldn't hide. The town slept easy, but he never did. Dreams of her face beneath his eyelids. The whiskey burned, the nights ran long. The gun on his hip still sang song. He fought for justice, tore love apart, left behind a 10-star and broken hearts. 10-star and broken hearts, that's what's left when the good life parts. A lawman's oath, a lover's scar, riding the line neath a lonesome star. 10-star and broken hearts, love and duty worlds apart. She begged him once to lay it down, to trade his boots for a wedding gown. But he knew his fate was cast in lead by the code he lived, by the blood he bled. One moonlit night on the canyon's rim, an outlaw came looking straight for him. Gunfire echoed and the dawn grew dark. He fell with his 10-star and broken hearts. 10-star and broken hearts, that's what's left when the good life parts. A promise made, a life gone far, riding the wind to where angels are. 10-star and broken hearts, he gave his soul to the lawman's art. Now she walks where the willows weep, by the graves the tumbleweeds keep. Every night she lights one flame, whispers softly, calls his name. And in that glow, the shadows start to dance round a 10-star and broken hearts. They say the badge still shines at dawn on the hill where his soul moved on. The wind still hums his final song of right and wrong, of weak and strong. And though the town forgot his part, the desert remembers his beating heart. Forever bound, forever apart, by a 10-star and broken hearts. 10-star and broken hearts, he wrote his truth through the canyons dark. Now the sky holds his final spark. 10-star and broken hearts, when the west wind cries and the night departs, it whispers his name. 10-star and broken hearts. left my past in a cloud of dust, a trail of lies, a heart I couldn't trust. The law's long hand, it came too near, so I rode where the world disappears. Through sunburned hills and crimson stone, I found a peace I'd never known. Now the wind, she calls me home again. Yeah, the desert knows my name. The desert knows my name. It whispers its soft in the heat and the flame. When the world forgets, she still remains. Oh, the desert knows my name. I built my fire neath a blood-red sky, watch the stars drift slow and die. Coyote songs and the owl's soft cry taught me how to say goodbye. Her face still haunts the canyon walls, her voice still rides each echo that falls. No cross, no grave, no claim, but the desert knows my name. But the desert knows my name. It's carved in stone, it's burned in flame. Every dune, every ghostly plain still whispers, boy, you cannot run your pain. They say time forgives what men can't face, but out here time don't leave a trace. Just bones and wind and an old refrain of the souls the desert claims again. Now years have passed, my hair's gone gray, still the sand remembers yesterday. My sins, my love, my endless shame, all buried deep, but still the same. When my horse lays down and my heart grows still, and the sun slips behind that final hill, don't cry, don't speak, don't mark my grave. The desert already knows my name. The desert knows my name. It's sung in dust, it's carved in rain. Where the lost souls ride, I'll stake my claim, 'cause the desert knows my name. Yes, she'll whisper soft in the twilight flame. desert knows my name. The night hums low in this roadside town where the whiskey burns and dreams break down. I hang my hat on a rusted nail. The jukebox moans that same old tale, 1,000 miles from the open plains, trading stars for neon rains. I raise my glass, I hum that tune under flickering light and a ghostly moon. I got those neon cowboy blues, where the saddle's gone and the heart's still bruised, trading dust for smoke and faith for booze, singing low those neon cowboy blues. Barmaid smiles with a tired grace, says, honey, I've stained that kind of face, the kind that's running from something gone, trying to find where he belongs. My boots still carry desert clay, but my soul's been blown away by the sound of steel and highway hum, where the nights are loud and the mornings are numb. I got those neon cowboy blues, my heart's worn out and my luck's misused. Once chased the wind, now I chase the fuse that lights these neon cowboy blues. I see her ghost in the barroom glass, reflected there like a faded past. If love's a horse I rode too hard, left her crying in the old churchyard. Now all I've got's this lonesome sound and the rhythm of boots on broken ground. The lights may shine, but the soul still aches when you're living on broad blues. So pour one more, I'll toast the night to the fools who trade wrong for right. A cowboy heart in a city glow, still riding fast, nowhere to go. If redemption comes, she'll find me soon beneath the hum of a neon moon. Till then I'll play these lonesome tunes and wear these neon cowboy blues. I got those neon cowboy blues, my voice gone rough, my soul confused. Out here the lights can't chase the but they shine on through these neon cowboy blues. Yeah, I ride on through the neon cowboy blues. I woke up to a sky on fire, the kind that burns through guilt and wire. Last night I rode too close to sin. Now I don't know where to begin. My hands still shake, my heart still bleeds for all the ghosts I failed to free. A sinner's horse, a preacher's stare, and the dust of a shotgun to prayer. I whisper low, Lord, do you hear? Out here the silence feels too near. A broken soul beyond repair, still riding on a shotgun prayer. I once wore faith like a silver cross, and now it's just wait for what I've lost. She told me love could heal a man, but I ran off before it can. Now mercy rides on winds of smoke, a rebel's hymn in every note. I light a match, I breathe the air, and pray beneath the shotgun glare. I whisper low, Lord, do you care? My boots are heavy, my past laid bare. I'm riding fast through midnight's glare, still holding tight to a shotgun prayer. They say redemption's hard to find when you bled the truth and lost your mind. But out here where the shadows fall, even the lost can hear him call. If grace should find me on this trail, let the thunder hide my will. For every sin I've ever spared, may the sky forgive my shotgun prayer. Now dawn breaks soft on canyon stone. I'm tired, but I'm not alone. The wind hums low a sacred tune beneath the ghost of a faded moon. One last ride, I face the flames. I ain't running from my shame. If the good Lord's listening anywhere, He'll know the sound of a shotgun care. I whisper low, Lord, I'm still here. My soul half gone, my voice unclear. But if you've got room somewhere, take me home on this shotgun prayer. Yeah, take me home on this shotgun prayer. She came riding out of the canyon smoke, black lace veil and a heart half broke. Moonlight fell on her silver hair, a ghost or an angel, I didn't care. She said, cowboy, you look like sin, then smiled soft and pulled me in. Under stars so sharp they'd cut your skin, I fell for Lady Midnight again.
Lady Midnight, where do you ride? In dreams of dust, where shadows hide. You steal my soul with every sigh, then fade away before goodbye.
Lady Midnight, I'm yours tonight, till the dawn forgets the sky.
She smelled like smoke and desert rain, a sweet pain.
I asked her name, she just said Sue, then kissed me 'neath that dying moon. Her touch was cold, her eyes burned gold, told stories the dead don't ever told. I'd ride through hell to hold her near, but all that's left is her whisper here.
Lady Midnight, where do you ride? Between the truth and what's denied. You haunt my sleep, you cross that line, then vanish where the stars align.
Lady Midnight, you own my night, and I can't fight your light. Some say she's the devil's bride, a phantom lost where souls collide. Others say she's mercy's hand, guiding fools through haunted land. But I don't care what legends claim, my heart still calls her name. Every dusk I feel her near, and the wind still whispers clear.
She'll come again when the moon turns red, when coyotes cry for the words I said.
I'll saddle up and chase that flame, though I know I'll lose again. If love's a ghost, then I'm its prey, forever lost along her way. The stars can burn, the night can lie, but she's my truth in the endless sky.
Lady Midnight, where do you ride? Through my heart, through time, through pride. You left your kiss, your curse, your sign, and now your soul's forever mine.
Lady Midnight, my last delight, ride on into the night. I buried my mare 'neath a cottonwood tree. Said, girl, you carried the best of me. Her reins still hang by the old corral, the wind hums low like a morning bell. They say the good Lord takes what's pure, but I ain't so sure anymore. If there's peace where angels roam, then I hope there's a pasture she calls home. If there's no horses in heaven, then don't open them gates for me. I'll ride the edge of forever, where the lost souls roam wild and free. If fate's a saddle I've worn too thin, then Lord forgive the miles I've been. But I can't rest where I can't run, if there's no horses in heaven. I've seen good men die for gold and pride, and sinners kneel with nothing to hide. But when that twilight starts to fade, all hearts break the same way. So when I cross that final line and face the truth I left behind, don't dress me up in robes and praise, just let me ride through them golden gates. If there's no horses in heaven, then don't open them gates for me. I'll take the trail past redemption, where the wind sings wild and free. If grace is a song that fades too soon, then I'll hum mine 'neath the cowboy moon. But I won't stay where I can't run if there's no horses in heaven. Maybe the angels never rode the plains, never felt thunder through their veins, but if they did, they'd understand why I'd trade their life for open land. Let the sky be wide, the ground be red. I'll find my home where my horse once led. So when I ride into that endless sun, don't weep for the things I've done. The dust will rise, the light will bend, and I'll meet my mare around the final bend. Together again, where the rivers gleam, and the Lord smiles soft through a cowboy's scream. If there's no horses in heaven, then I make my heaven right here, in the saddle, in the storm, in the silence clear. If heaven don't run, then I'll disappear, 'cause I was born to ride, not to fear. Yeah, I'll ride on till the work is done. If there's no horses in heaven, there's blood on my boots and dust on my hands, a trail of ghosts through no man's land. The sun went down, the law rode near, and I'm left alone with my fear. They say a man can't change his fate, but the good Lord knows I'm tempted late. My heart beats slow, my soul won't bow to the edge of steel, and the shadows vow. Steel and shadows, that's all I know. A silver cross and a 6 guns glow. I walk the line where the cold wind blows, living between steel and shadow. I took that badge once long ago, before the whiskey and the undertow. I swore an oath on holy ground, then lost my faith when she went down. Now every night's a reckoning call. Her voice still echoes through it all. The past don't fade, it just gets loud in the land of steel and the shadowed shroud. Steel and shadows, my truth, my sin. 1 foot out and 1 pulled in. The devil rides with a preacher's grin through the land of steel and shadows again. I can't wash clean what the rain won't take, can't mend a heart that the bullets break. If mercy's real, it's hiding deep in the graves of the ones I couldn't keep. And if salvation's out there still, it'll find me 'neath this iron will. I'll meet my end where the thunder's proud between the steel and the shadow's shroud. Dawn creeps in on a blood-red plain. I hear her name through the coyote's pain. A man can run, but he can't outlast the echo of his broken past. So I holster my gun and make my stand, face the ghost with a steady hand. No priest, no crowd, no sacred vow, just me, steel and shadows now. Steel and shadows, that's where I'll fall, in the place where right forgets it all. Let the dust rise high, let the night grow tall. Steel and shadows, hear my call. Yeah, I'll ride alone till the curtain's down. Steel and shadows, take me now. The lights are low, the smoke hangs thin, and the jukebox plays my old sin again. I sit alone at this table of two, talking to the ghost that looks like you. The bartender pours, but he don't speak, and just nods his head like he knows what I see. There's truth in the bottom, pain in the pour, and a heart that can't hide anymore. So here's my barroom confession to the walls and the neon cross. I traded love for a restless road and counted the gain by what I lost. Now the whiskey's my last redemption, and the truth burns more than sin. Yeah, this is my barroom confession to the night I can't outrun again. I remember her eyes, soft as dawn, the way they shone when I was gone. She said, "Cowboy, one day you'll see you can't ride far enough to flee." Now the dust has settled, the dream's gone gray, and I've run out of words to pray. So I tell my story to the smoking glass, hoping heaven don't take it back. This is my barroom confession to the ghost of what I've been. I wore pride like a holy weapon, but it shot straight through my skin. Now the whiskey knows my secrets, and the mirror holds my shame. Yeah, this is my barroom confession, and I've only got myself to blame. Every man's got a cross to bear, mine's made of loss and wasted prayers. But maybe grace still walks this floor between the cracks and the slamming door. So if she's out there hearing still, tell her I broke, but I loved her real. Now the clock strikes 2, the crowd's gone home, and I'm left to face the dawn alone. The bottle's empty, the pain's still true, but confession don't erase the blues. I'll ride again come morning light, but tonight I made it right with a truth that only whiskey knew. My barroom confession to you. So here's my barroom confession. Let the angels take their turn. If love's a fire, I felt it burn. And if it's gone, I've still learned. Every scar, every lesson was a prayer I couldn't send. Yeah, this is my barroom confession, and it's finally reached its end. The sun goes down on an empty trail. The wind hums low like a mournful tale. My shadow's long, my spirit's worn. A cowboy lost by promise torn. I gave my heart to the open range and paid the price in years and change. Now the dust and stars know my regret, and I sing this cowboy's lament. This cowboy's lament It rides the breeze through broken dreams and memories. Every scar's a story I can't forget, and the night repeats my cowboy's lament. There was a girl in a border town, eyes like heaven, hair falling down. She said, stay, lay your guns to rest, but freedom's a curse I wear on my chest. I rode away for the morning came, chased by guilt and whispered shame. Now the moonlight's cold, the road's unkempt, and I hum this cowboy's lament. This cowboy's lament, it's carved in stone for every fool who rides alone. The past don't fade, it just resets in the echo of a cowboy's lament. I've seen towns rise, I've seen them die, heard the good Lord's silence in the sky. If grace still rides these rugged lands, maybe he'll forgive a broken man. For every heart I left behind, I pray the wind carries mine. Now I rest by the river bend, where stories start and riders end. The stars above, they seem to weep for promises I couldn't keep. So when they lay me down one day, don't sing no hymns or words to say. Just let the wind and the night be set to whisper this cowboy's lament. This cowboy's lament, it's all I own. A heart half wild, a soul full grown. If heaven's wide, I'll find it yet, singing low my cowboy's lament. Yeah, I'll ride on till the sun is spent, still humming my cowboy's lament. There's a cold wind rolling down from the ridge, carrying smoke from the Devil's Bridge. I've been riding hard since the break of dawn, with 6 good reasons I can't move on. Each one forged by the lies she told. Each shell shines like a band of gold. I keep them close, I keep them deep, for the promises I couldn't keep. 6 bullets for a memory, 6 ghosts riding next to me. The past don't fade, it bleeds slow in me, like whiskey fire and a broken dream. I can't pray, I can't flee, I just load up my history. 6 bullets for a memory. I hear her voice in the canyon wind, soft as mercy, sharp as sin. She said, love's a gun, boy, don't you see? Now she's just one more mark on me. Every mile I feel that pain, every echo calls her name, and the only peace I'll ever find is buried deep just past the line. 6 bullets for a memory, one for the truth, one for deceit, one for the night she said she'd stay, and 3 for what I threw away. The last one waits, it's meant for me. Yeah, 6 bullets for a memory. They say revenge don't fill your soul, but it's the only God I know. If heaven's watching, let him weep for all the promises I couldn't keep. The desert's wide, the stars don't care, they just shine on what ain't fair. When the dawn begins to bleed, I'll pay my dues to destiny. Now the sun creeps up on a blood-red sky. The smoke curls slow, I hear her sigh. Her shadow fades, her name still burns. Another road with no returns. I lay my gun where the earth runs dry, whisper a name, then close my eyes. The thunder rolls, the wind agrees. I've spent my life on memories. 6 bullets for a memory. No judge, no jury, only me. The good Lord knows I tried to pray, but the words got lost along the way. Now the dust will cover what's left of me, and the story ends in reverie. 6 bullets for a memory. 6 ghosts that set me free. There's a line of dust behind my name, a saddle worn, a heart untamed. The whiskey's gone, the night's grown cold, and I'm chasing ghosts down a lonesome road. The stars look down like they pity me, each one a promise I failed to keep. The wind keeps humming her sweet refrain, but I can't go back, can't feel that flame. It's a long ride to nowhere, through the dark, through the pain. Just me and the silence and the echoes of her name. Every mile's another memory, every town's the same old prayer. No map, no mercy, just a cowboy's curse on the long ride to nowhere. I left her standing by the Rio Bend, said I'd come back, but love don't mend. She cried soft words I can't forget, like a melody carved in regret. Now the moonlight paints her on the sand, a ghost I reach but can't quite stand. The trail ahead is all I see, and it's drawing blood from what's left of me. It's a long ride to nowhere, where the stars don't care who you are. Just a heart gone blind, chasing shadows in the dark. Every sunset feels like judgment, every sunrise feels unfair, but I keep on riding on this long ride to nowhere. Maybe heaven's just a canyon's edge where lost souls find what they forget. Maybe she's waiting beyond that line where time stands still and pain unwinds. But if I fall before the dawn, tell her my heart kept riding on, 'cause love's the wound I chose to bear on this long ride to nowhere. It's a long ride to nowhere, no end in sight, no home to claim, just a cowboy shadow and the weight of his own name. If peace is real, it ain't out here, just the wind and an empty prayer. So I'll keep on riding on this long ride to nowhere. Yeah, I'll keep on riding till the dust forgets my name out there. A long ride to nowhere. He rides through towns that forgot his name, neon lights where the prairies used to flame. The billboards fade, the cattle's gone, but he still hums that old trail song. His hat's pulled low, his boots still shine, a ghost of smoke on the county line. He lights one up, takes a steady draw, and tips his brim to a world in awe. He's the last Marlboro man in a world that's moving too fast, a soul carved out of canyon sand, holding on to what can't last. No saddle left to call his own, just the wind and a weathered hand, a legend riding all along the last Marlboro man. He's seen the plains turn to wire and stone, the silence traded for a cell phone tone. They don't make songs about men like him. Now it's engines loud and hope's grown dim, but his horse still trusts that steady voice, the kind of faith that leaves no choice. Every sunset paints his creed. Freedom's the only thing he needs. He's the last Marlboro man, smoke curling through the dawn. His past is burned in desert sand, but his spirit still rides on. He don't care for glory's hand or the weight of where he stands. He just rides where no one can. The last Marlboro man. They'll say he's gone when the fire dies, but he'll be there in the western skies. Every dust storm, every flame carries the whisper of his name. And somewhere past the setting sun, you'll see the glow of what he's done, still smiling under that brim so tan. The last Marlboro man. He's the last Marlboro man, fade to smoke, fade to sand. Time can't steal what he began. He's the song of the promised land. When the riders meet at heaven's gate, he'll nod and take his stand. Forever free, forever grand, the last Marlboro man. He takes one drag, lets the embers die. Underneath that endless sky, yeah, he rides, the last Marlboro man. Moon's hanging low on a silver string, whispering secrets the coyotes sing. My boots hit dust, my heart beats slow. There's a reckoning down this shadowed road. The stars are bright, but my soul's gone dim. I'm chasing ghosts, I'm riding sin. One last promise I aim to keep before the dawn pulls me too deep. Saddle up the night, let the darkness be my guide. Got a 45 heart and a restless mind and a memory I can't hide. If tomorrow never comes my way, till the sunrise I couldn't stay. I'll be riding where the wild winds play. Yeah, saddle up the night. I left her standing by the canyon gate, tears falling soft like hands of fate. She said, cowboy wood, don't wait too long, but I'm bound to roads where hearts go wrong. The prairie hums like a lonesome hymn, and the past rides close just out of wind. Every mile is a prayer half said to the ghost that dances voice inside my head. Saddle up the night, ride the edge where shadows bite. If redemption's out there somewhere near, then Lord, I'll find it without fear. My sins all dressed in candlelight, and the truth cuts deep and bright. Still I ride through wrong and right, so saddle up tonight. The wind's got stories carved in stone by the love and loss and the life I've known. Every outlaw learns too late, you can't outgun your own fate. But when the stars fall one by one and the desert breathes the rising sun, they'll say I rode till the shadows died, a ghost beneath a silver sky. Saddle up the night, don't wait for the break of day. My heart's a fire that fades too soon, but I'll burn till the light gives way. If heaven's trail's too far to ride, tell her I gave my soul a try. No regrets, no last goodbye, I just saddle up a night. So if you see that desert flame and hear the wind call out my name, just know I found my peace in flight when I saddled up the night. Wind's cutting through like a sharpened knife. Another showdown with a borrowed life. The town's asleep, but the night's awake, and the devil smiles for old time's sake. My boots ring out on the hollow ground, where dreams and dust are the only sound. A silver moon and a loaded hand, it's judgment night in no man's land. Under the gunlight sky, where heroes burn and angels cry. One more breath, one more stand, one more ghost in the desert sand. No promises, no alibis, just truth and smoke before my eyes. If I fall, let me die with pride. Under the gunlight sky, he's waiting there by the old saloon, shadowed face in a field of gloom. We were brothers once, but blood runs cold. When the past comes back, it never gets old. A bullet's kiss, a whispered name, the price of honor feels the same. The clock strikes 12, the world stands still, one pull away from what we will. Under the gunlight sky, where the stars don't ask you why, you live by the code or you fade away with your sins on full display. Every man's gotta testify when his fate comes riding by. So I face my truth, I don't deny. Under the gunlight sky, the echoes ring, but the silence stays. Smoke drifts slow through a field of graves. He fell first, but I felt it too. The kind of loss that cuts straight through. Ain't no glory, ain't no fame, just a whisper tied to my name. When the dawn begins to rise, it paints red fire across the sky. Under the gunlight sky, where legends come to die, one last prayer for the souls that try to live free before they lie. If heaven's waiting, I'll ride on by. Too wild to live, too proud to die. My story ends where the bullets fly. So if you see that pale moon high and smell the smoke drift slow nearby, say a prayer, don't ask me why. I'm still riding under the gunlight sky. Sun sinking low over dusty plains, boots on the porch, hands feeling the rains. Another town, another lonely street, hear the wind whistle like my own heartbeat. I wear the silver badge, but it don't shine. Caught between the law and a life that's mine. Riding through the night with the moon above, singing my heart out in the silver badge blues. Whiskey in the jar and dust in my hair, tales of the lost, of love and despair. A wanted man in someone else's dream. Nothing's as easy as it might seem. I wear the silver badge, but it don't shine. Caught between the law and a life that's mine. Riding through the night with the moon above, singing my heart out in the silver badge blue. Stars are my compass, wind is my friend. I chase the horizon that don't seem to end. Every canyon echoes the story I tell of a cowboy bound by a badge's spell. Barroom laughter fades into the night. Sheriff had low, keeping wrong from right. Memories linger where the campfire glows, faces I knew and the friends I chose. I wear the silver badge, but it don't shine. Caught between the law and a life that's mine. Riding through the night with the moon above, singing my heart out in the silver badge blues. So saddle up, boy, hear the coyotes call. Through endless plains I'll ride till I fall. The silver badge rests heavy on my chest, a cowboy's burden, a life's unrest. Moonlight glints off my worn-out head, dusty trail under my boots, and that's that. And campfire smoke curls into the sky. Another town fades as I ride on by. Ride on, midnight cowboy, through the endless night. Stars your only witness, the silver moonlight. Heart full of stories no one else knows. Ride on, midnight cowboy, where the cold wind blows. Whiskey and memories, they follow me still. Faces of lovers linger on every hill. Wanted or wandering, I can't decide. Freedom's a horse I'm too proud to ride. Ride on, midnight cowboy, through the endless night. Stars your only witness, the silver moonlight. Heart full of stories no one else knows. Ride on, midnight cowboy, where the cold wind blows. Canyons echo my lonesome song, the open ranges where I belong. Every sunrise paints the plains anew, another chance to chase what's true. Barrooms and laughter fade behind, only the night and my horse align. Every shadow hides a tale untold, every hoofbeat hums a heart of gold. Ride on, midnight cowboy, through the endless night. Stars your only witness, the silver moonlight. Heart full of stories no one else knows. Ride on, midnight cowboy, where the cold wind blows. So here's to the trail and the life I roam. The midnight sky will always be my home. Ride on, cowboy, ride on through the desert and don't wait for no one